Alright, so that should be better. Stealth should work by allowing us to jump in the bushes, as long as we're not sprinting. Doing civil GL stuff at the moment, one common thing I've noticed is really hard to generalize the structure. Looking around at many wrappers, no one seems to do a decent job with it. You're gonna have to be more specific about generalizing the structure. Is it just... Is it just how OpenGL is kind of set up, or... Trying to set it up so you could like swap out the graphics underneath it, sort of thing? Alright, so supposedly we should now be able to hide in a bush. Doing compatibility features that make... Yeah. You know, I really don't know. I haven't had to deal with graphics engine stuff in quite a while, and when I did, I just... What is this? Why are we setting that we should stealth? So should stealth is false, so... Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure. With compatibility stuff from before, it would be that, like with backwards compatible stuff, usually you just have like duplicate variables and stuff like that. Alright, so I should be able to go hide in the bush. Actually, I'm not going to have the is sprinting flag. I want to get our current velocity. I want to get a stealth velocity. And let's have our stealth velocity be like 5,000. So let's get all this stuff. Pushed over. Yeah, 2.1 probably the easiest. I'm gonna support. Done a lot with 2.5, and there's a ton of good features: uniform buffers, texture arrays, geometry shaders, all the fancy GPU size stuff. Yeah, that seems kind of unfortunate. Like I guess it's more that you're making your own thing, so you want to support all the stuff. I don't know. That's one of the big draws of larger game engines to me, is that I don't have to worry about all that crap. Just be like, what's supported? This. So if we're running through the bush, it doesn't do anything. But as soon as we stop, we become hidden. I'm gonna use my Xbox controller and see how much I can get away with. Yeah, so we can crawl through it just fine. Let's see if I can walk through it. Let's say, no matter what speed you're going at, if you're crouched, you can, and you're behind cover, you are good to go. We're not gonna penalize you for moving too fast while crouched. Well, it's a 2.5D game, 2D isometric terrain with some parallax distortion and 3D characters. Nothing fancy. Well, nothing fancy until you get involved with it and make it fancy, am I right? Okay, so the question would be, should we play that effect? Let me see if it's a special stealth. I think basically we're gonna want duplicate should stealth, and we should be play stealth effect, and we should set that to true for if it's a special event for the actual type of stealth that we're using. So if it's just being hidden by some object, we don't want to play any effects. But if it's one of these stealth teams or the rest, then we should do it. So let's see, play stealth effect needs to be true for us to do this. so we shouldn't be playing those things in the smoke unless we actually care. Okay. Oh yeah, it's like, how come I can stand on top of the bush? Well, actually, I'm not standing on the bush. I'm standing on the plane that is above the bush. Anyway, I'll be right back. What's going on with those sudden death branches on the left and right? They're all wrong. So something got fucked up with our sudden death container at some point, which pushed these guys 100 V-men. I mean, 10 V-men to the left or something like that. So let's go edit our UI. I don't know. I guess mine range, if I was working on something, I'd pretty much pick a lowest tier spec and just do that. Kind of like for our water stuff, we could be doing vertex deformation and tessellation, but the tessellation stuff like isn't supported on a lot of devices, so we're just like no tessellation because it's just a bunch of work to like a bunch of work in testing. It'd be like, do you even have enough devices to go test out what everything looks like on all the different OpenGL versions for your game? It's just it can be difficult just to even make sure it works. So this is the in-game screen CSS. So this is going to be in-game sudden death sidebar. Alright, so those should be fixed now. Okay, so we have hideable objects, and we have wind gusts. So the question would be, should we have a ball holder thing, a UU swarm? Let's see. I'd like to make a patrolling morgue sort of thing. And I don't have any morgue animations, so probably what I do is I just put together a patrolling large bitey thing. Or a big fat sack. I don't think that'll work though. Test 3D object, test 3D static object, test character. Test character's got nothing. Alright, so if I was gonna put together something, maybe I should make the ball holder thing. What would I do with a ball holder though? Well, why don't we just go ahead and see what we can make. So if we made a ball holder, what would it look like? So what would we want? If we were gonna have something that you could put a ball into, we would want a kind of a static mesh object, which would do things. Let's duplicate this. So we're gonna need something that has like a contained area on it. So let's rotate this by 90 degrees. This is just a placeholder object. We'd have an actual mesh for this. What? How come I can't move this in local space? I'd like to, you know, translate this in the real fucking world instead of in... How dumb is that? Like, I want to move this object to the left. No, it's not going to give me that. Like, what the fuck? Like, why would this translate... not, you know, give me just a flat fucking axis? Why is it giving me this, like, complete bullshit axis stuff? Like, I'd like to use, you know, the local space of the actor instead of the local space of the component. Like, hello, what the hell? Don't change the fucking rules on me. Oh, there it is. World location. Or is it? No, it's not gonna let me, it's not gonna let me do it. Alright. It's just mind-blowing that they would have something that stupid where they actually change this on me. So what I have to do is basically just do something like this where I actually duplicate these objects here and then go rotate them otherwise, because that's just idiotic. Oh, you're right. And I can't just like translate it straight fucking down either. That would be too easy. It would be way too easy to, you know, let me... Like, is there any... There's no settings for this, are there? I just have to eyeball it, which is complete horseshit. Let's see, what we'd want would be, how should this object work? The ball should just come to rest on it. So, would it even look like this? Would it even have collision on it? So if we just put no collision on this guy, I can't even select multiple objects when in this view. That's how bad this editor is. I'll just make something simple like this and have some sort of overlap freeze sort of thing. All right. Alright, so frozen by players doesn't need to be a player proxy actor, it can just be an actor. So I'm gonna change it to a set of actors. Because we don't need anything else. So let's see what this looks like. Alright, so freeze and unfreeze have actors that are working with this stuff, so we need to go check our player logic object and make sure that it is actually doing what it should. So let's look up freeze. Might be our level shims that actually has the freeze call. Looks like freeze and unfreeze are all hooked up, so it should work. Of course, this needs to work over the network. So basically what's going to happen here is we need to do has authority. So if this thing has authority, then we will do the thing. Otherwise, we won't. So these events will only fire. I'm trying to keep things so that they work over the network, but we'll see. That is actually kind of cool. That thing gets frozen right there, and then we can unfreeze it. So what should the ball holder do? It should basically, if these objects are overlapping, it should try to move the ball towards itself. And then if it's close enough, it'll freeze it where it is. Alright, so we're going to want the variable here. So this will be close balls. How about that? So it's going to be a set of object actors, Dashkin object actors, reference a set. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to make an update function. It's going to take a dt. So it's going to be a float, which will be delta t. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to remove the object from our close ball list if it's a type. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to apply a force towards all these balls, towards our actual thing. So we're going to do a ball force. which will not be a set of floats, but a single float. And let's have it be 10,000. Let's have our ball radius, so capture radius. We're going to set that to maybe something like 100, something small. 250? Alright, so get the vector between them. And what we're going to do is we're going to get the length of that. And we're going to say if the vector length is less than or equal to the capture radius multiplied by itself, then we can go ahead and capture the ball. And we'll remove it from our close balls. Alright, so we'll be able to freeze this thing. Otherwise, what we need to do is, if it is not this, yeah, we need a branch here. Otherwise, we will add a velocity towards it. So I believe we added an apply force. So let's do apply force. We're going to want to normalize the direction. So this is, we actually want the direction to the hold point, so we want the inverse of this. Let's normalize this guy. And then we will multiply that by our ball force. And then we have our time. Thanks, Air88. Thank you for hosting. If you're around, I have absolutely no idea who you are, but welcome, sir. Hosted by Jumflo. Hello, sirs. The guy who made Braid and all that. What's that game? I've never heard about it. No, I don't know anything about what you're talking about. Well, welcome to my stream. I'm working on this game, Dashkin, and it's so much better than Braid. No, it's a high-speed platformer game, and right now I'm just working on some of the objects I'm putting together for the mission, for the missions that we're putting together. You made the witness. And so I'm the engineer on the project, so I work in my stupid little test levels that look absolutely ridiculous. And I'm just working on right now a little thing where you can capture a ball and it'll kind of be captured on it. Don't you ever say that without knowing a game? Hey, I can say what I want. It's the internet. You now have 250 viewers. Well, excellent, sir. Thank you for throwing people my way. Maybe I should actually like link the game that I'm working on, promote myself. But I assume you're. I think you host Adam sometimes, which is why you're linking people to me. I think Adam will be on in another hour and a half, so that's cool. But let's see. Let's see. I was going through basically if the ball is within the, if it's overlapping with our collision object, we're gonna have it get sucked toward the middle. And so we just got the apply force multiplied by delta t. We'll freeze it if it's close enough and remove it from the close balls array. So theoretically it should now get captured and shouldn't look absolutely ridiculous. This is such a bad test arena to show off if people want to like have a game that looks pretty. But let's see, it didn't capture it. Let's see. Looks like it got captured, but it is grabbing the wrong location to actually freeze the object. So it's trying to get it there, but why is it's got the wrong... Oh yeah, get actor location on self. That's not what I want. I need to get the actor location on the ball. Thank you for following, Flow635. The website is down. Too many people. Is it really down? I mean, it's loading for me. It's got the thing. Maybe I should force refresh it. Doesn't open. Web is the future. Well, supposedly it's on there. It's definitely working. So the server it's on is basically a toaster oven. So it's not really the it's not the most powerful piece of machinery on the. Yeah, it works on my computer. You got it cached? Well, I just busted the cache on it. Did the Control Shift R. Let me see what it's like on another browser that I don't have anything cached on. Yeah, on another browser, it's just like, I'm not gonna load. So yeah, it's definitely having some problems. Fine, I'll go fix the fucking website. Jesus Christ. All these goddamn problems. Thank you for following there. The for following Oxnaz, and Oswagi is subscribed. What? Yeah, it's on the cloud. So thank you for subscribing. You can use the best emote of all time, which is my horrible upset face, and because that's how I look all the time. All right, let's go to my password safe here. Let's do read only on it. I'll have to actually like go figure out what's going on with this. MongoDB, exactly. Thank you, PM Tavara, for following. So what I can do is I can actually just go shut down that box and bring it back up with a little bit better. And Hesnet571, thank you for following. Let me see what this box is actually. Yeah, it's not doing anything, is it? Because I've got this master site container for my monitoring. CPU utilization over the last hour has spiked tremendously. So that's fun. I'll have to SSH into the website and fix it. It's running on a T2 micro, so it's like a total pile of trash. So let me just mess with this. Thank you, Saucy Fox, for following. That is also a very excellent name. Alright. So what do we got running here? I restarted it. I restarted the website. And it's still it's running now. Okay, website's back online. Sorry to bother you, but can you like demo the game once you're done? I'm sure many of us would like to see it in action. Yes. All right. Sorry, I was just taking care of the stupid ass website. So, the game that we got right now, and I will actually turn on the music because I like the music. Is this one. So let me just pull it in a little bit. I've got the music off because of course I'm developing, so I have ridiculous amounts of everything running. So let's turn on the music. So this is the game that we're working on right now, which is this game Dashkin. It's a high-speed platformer. There's 3 components to it. There's a multiplayer game. So if you log in, you can play the game online with others. It's kind of a, some people have described it as a 2-dimensional Rocket League. So if you have the game, you can, and you log in with Twitch, you can go join one of the servers, such as I can go join one of these guys. And you play as the character Bitey, or a Dashkin. Oh god, this match is insane. Let's get rid of it. Let's vote on a new one. So kind of how it works right now is there are dedicated servers up right now for the multiplayer game, and you can join those and you can vote on which map to play. So let's see, tons of right bots, tons of left bots, human heart bots, unbalanced bots, 2 left bots. Go faster. This is the community playlist. One of the people in the community put it together, so I need to read what it is. And this is an early access game. Right now, we've been working on this. It's just 2 people for the last year and a half. It's got multiplayer. It's got, let's see, unbalanced bots. I don't know what this means. So I'll just vote to even the teams out, so I got somebody to play against. There's a multiplayer component, then there are single-player challenge missions, which are just simple short challenges, such as score 10 goals in a certain amount of time, given a certain number of parameters. And then we're working on a story mode, which will be a single-player campaign that'll tell the story of the last of the Dashkin. So I'll go ahead and vote, and Pal has joined. So there's a couple of different moves in this game. Basically, there's a ball, and you want to score in the goals. So you can punch and kick, and you can slide, you can ground pound, and do all these things. And the point is to score goals and be awesome. And you can also punch the absolute hell out of the other guys. They get angry and they come beat the shit out of you. The bot AI is it can get a little violent. And yeah, the game is all about speed. If you've ever, it's based on Mighty of Brackenwood, and if you've ever seen any of those animations back on Newgrounds in like 2006, 2007 era, Mighty is all about speed. So that's our character, and so that's one of the challenges with this game, is to get this this character that's so fast actually in a multiplayer game. And it's up to 3v3, so you can get 6 people in a match, and it gets real chaotic since it's so quick, but it can be a lot of fun. And all the different game modes make it so none of the games are ever alike. And it's actually really hard. I'm making it look easy to actually score these goals, but it is really tough. Get out of here, jerk. Nicer looking. Well, the art's done by Adam Phillips, so not by me. If it was done by me, it would look awful. But his thing is he's an animator. He's one of the assistant directors on Bob's Burgers, so he knows a thing or two about art. I, on the other hand, am a lowly engineer, so I do the tech things like make it multiplayer. I'm sorry if I'm missing anything with my notifications there. I'm not super amazing Twitch person either. I just kind of stream because I live in a basement and have opinions on things, so I just say things. There we go. One more. And I can show off some of the challenges that we got right now, and then some of the high scores. It's hard to tell how far the ball is from goal. Yeah, when you're watching this game, it can be real difficult to figure absolutely everything out. But when you're playing it, it feels very different than it looks. So that's what we got a lot of feedback on, is that they're like, it's too fast, and then when you're actually playing it, yeah, thank you for following, not for you to know, and Octavio. So you can host your own games as well, so you can host your own and people can join it. If you don't want to log in with Twitch, you can just join direct IP. And we do have stats, so if you want to look at the leaderboards, you can see where you stand overall. So like right now, all-time leaderboard, I am 4th place. I have 450 wins to Clyde's 520. And we've got leaderboards for all the things, so you can see who played for different updates and different weeks and months. So I can see, who played in May, and I'm number 11 in May. So we got some multiplayer stuff. Some of our more recent updates have been pretty low key. They've been more the single player missions, and people have been playing those. So the single player missions are kind of these simple short challenges. Thank you for following. Space CDK. So some of them are really simple, like the first training mission. You can ban them if they annoy you. Yeah, exactly. Get out! I quit. But the